guys, happy full moon. I am so excited for this moon. It's been kind of a really busy couple of months, so I'm so excited to enjoy this full moon, do a little ritual. There was a ritual that came in the Goddess Provisions box last month that I really want to use. I also have a couple of Reiki clients I'm on my way to right now. Beautiful day for some full moon Reiki, so I am so excited.
Okay, so let's talk full moons. So one of the questions that I get a lot is, and I remember like also worrying about this myself, is like, is there a right way to go about the full moon? Is there a wrong way when it comes to rituals, when it comes to just setting yourself up? Like, what are there rules with that? And something that I wish that I had learned early on is that everything you do is about intention. It's about the intention that you're setting out to do this thing with. So you don't have to get so bogged down about rules or what. I mean, it's important to familiarize yourself with kind of what's the new moon properties, what's the full moon, what are these things good for, you know? Like there's some moons are really good for clearing rituals, other moons are really good for manifesting. And that is true, but if you are heading into some kind of full moon or new moon or whatever it is, and you are like, at this stage in my life, I'm getting the feeling that I need to be manifesting. At this, what I'm going through right now, I think this moon can help me. I'm just feeling a push, even if it's not normal, to manifest during this full moon. When sometimes they say you should clear and set yourself for a new cycle. Your intuition never lies. And like I said, it's all intention based. So if you set the intention to manifest during maybe a moon that is for clearing or whatever it is, because there's no right or wrong answer, then don't feel stressed, do that. Because again, I am a firm believer in, and this could just be my belief system, that like your intuition, there's no right or wrong way to this craft, to this world, to rituals, to things like that. It's just following your inner guide because it'll never steer you the wrong way. So one of the things that I did this morning that I do every morning was set intention into my coffee and my breakfast. I like to set the intention to bring in whatever is meant for me, whatever is in the highest good, raise the vibration of the food and whatever it is that you drink. Now, again, this is something I do every day, but I like to put a little bit more time and attention into it on certain moons, specifically a full moon. So when I look at a full moon, I like to think of it as it's one cycle's ending and you're setting yourself up for the next moon cycle to begin. So the thing is, like, because of this, something that's really important to me during full moons is cleansing away anything that didn't serve me in this last moon cycle. I also find that full moons in general are a very nurturing time for me. Sometimes it's bringing forth the divine dark feminine, where maybe I need to embody some of my own inner power, sacral chakra power, even like divine sexual energy, because that like kundalini energy a little bit. But this moon, I'm just intuitively feeling like I need a more calmer divine feminine, a motherly divine feminine for myself. This for me includes taking time to rest, pulling some cards for myself, which I also did this morning. It also indicates that like I love self-care, and this is a day for self-care. Full moons are big on like cleansing baths and setting your intentions in the bath and just giving yourself that time that maybe on other days you don't have the time to do, making time to sync with the moon and give yourself whatever it is that you are feeling like you've been lacking and need. Because of this, and because I have clients tonight before I do my ritual at home, I decided to multitask today, and I did a face mask, whereas also doing some yoga, because I was like, you know, you could be on a time crunch and still make time for the things that you like sometimes and things that you need. Sometimes you just need to be a little nifty about it, a little creative about your timing. Another thing that I really like to do for myself, which lately I haven't had as much time to do because I've been pulling cards for a lot of clients and reading a lot of clients, is pulling cards for myself. So I made sure to make time for that before I did for any clients today, this morning. That was my own little treat to myself. And then I also decided to pull for the collective because I love it and I can't help myself. And I got a really big, actually, ironically, sacral chakra message. A lot of oranges were coming up, a lot of crystals for sacral chakra. It also had the message of leaving the past behind, allowing for the transformations, the highs and the lows to happen, accepting them for what they are, and moving forward with your intentions to change. I felt there was a bit of stagnation when it came to this transformation and change, and really just allowing yourself to get out of your comfort zone, and specifically during this full moon, doing one thing that is out of your comfort zone that maybe you might be uncomfortable to do on a good day. And again, when I say uncomfortable, I don't mean like negatively uncomfortable. I mean, like, it makes you a little nervous, but also excited. So I want to clarify that. Another thing I really like to do on full moons is set my intentions with some essential oils. I like to make my own blends. I put some on this morning. I will put a clip somewhere. But this is something that I genuinely love to play with every day and just set the intentions of what I need. Lavender, because I'm an anxious bunny, is constantly always in use for me. With full moons, for some reason, I'm always drawn towards rosemary. I'm a big rosemary fan in general. What else? Citrus for joy is always a big one. Peppermint for bringing in abundance during this next moon phase is also really nice. And sometimes I like to mix them, put a little bit of water or moon water specifically, which we will talk about, and then kind of just spray it around. You can use it to cleanse the room, your spiritual tools, yourself, whatever it is. Okay, friendos, because you know who I am, we're going to pull some cards for the full moon for the next phase. Oh, okay. All right. I feel like this moon has a theme of enhancing or embracing your inner power and giving yourself what you need, being a little bit more selfish this full moon, because we got being kind to yourself. And these are just the oracle cards. We'll pull some tarot too. Remember your worth, as well as see the magic. So I feel like it's really about coming into understanding how much power you have to bring forth whatever it is that you want, make the changes that you want to make, the inner power to manifest, the inner, like, your true source of divinity, and how literally things are so much more magical than you can even imagine. I just started working as a psychic medium over the past, I mean, I've always had it my whole life, but I really started like embracing it and working within it over the past few months, over the past year, I guess you can say. And there's so much magic that I couldn't see before because I was a little bit closed off to it, or not closed off. Maybe I was scared. Maybe I was just thinking with the logical mind, whatever it is. And honestly, it changes when you fully open up to something that's already there. It changes your perspective on anything, on everything. It changes your connection to other people, to the earth, to places, to situations. It gives you a sort of power back, that feeling like the earth and society is happening to you and you're not happening to it takes your power away from you, your inner power, your inner divinity. And I see so many people coming back to their true divine energy, to who they really are, to finding out more and being more open to things that you cannot see. And I'm seeing a change, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I am so happy to see that more and more people are having this happen, because again, I mean, it happened to me. And again, I think it was always there, but I kind of tried to hide from it because I was scared. And it truly, once you embrace it, it just changes your life for the better. Okay, literally, I just pulled some tarot cards and it was like exactly what I was saying before. Again, there is this emphasis on inner power, doing things because you enjoy it, not because you feel like you have to. It's the orange, it's the sacral chakra that is screaming today for everybody. But it really is about igniting your inner fire and being more selfish this full moon. It's also about, again, going with the ebbs and the flows, understanding that you are working with nature, you are working in tune with the moon, and that you are not separate entities. You are not separate than a blade of grass. You are not separate than the earth, than the moon, than the stars, the water. We are truly all connected. And it's about how they go through seasons, and they go through changes, and they go through very, very abundant periods, and they go through very, very barren winters, and understanding that you're going to do the same thing. And it doesn't mean that you messed up, and it doesn't mean that it's for the worse. It's just how things go. And it's about surrendering to the ebb and the flow and the ups and the downs, because it's part of the human experience. And then we have, I mean, it's all about cycles. It's all about understanding when you've grown out of a comfort cycle. Comfort is comfortable, but it's not exciting, and it won't bring you, it'll just hold you back from what you're meant for. So there is something that we are all collectively letting go of. It's a comfort. Maybe it is just opening up to what we can't see, because again, I see this more with the collective than I ever have. It's opening up to what you can't see. It's opening up to new possibilities, a new version of you, maybe looking at things from a different perspective. It's a mass change. It's allowing yourself to understand that you are being led, but you are also leading. There's the balance, the 2-2-2, the dichotomy of the earth, of where you can work with it, you can manifest, you can make things happen. But at the end of the day, whatever is going to happen for you, you can't fight it. You just have to let it happen. So there's that. It's kind of frustrating at times because you're working with this dichotomy of life and this dichotomy of things where you have to give and take. You have to work, or not work, but you have to put the work in, the inner work, but then also allow things to happen to and for you. So it's really, really exciting, but it is hard to maintain a balance, but that is all part of the human condition. Lastly, there's also this message, and it's come up quite a bit, of a lot of us are exiting hermit mode. Since COVID, a lot of us have been in hermit mode, and it's forced a lot of us to open our eyes to certain things, to understand more about ourselves, which is beautiful. But you've done the work, you've learned, you've made some changes. Now it's time to make another change. That was one big cycle, and now we're starting another cycle. That cycle has ended. It might feel uncomfortable, but it's about coming out of hermit mode and coming together, understanding, like I said, you are no different than a blade of grass. You are no different than stars. You are no different than any of these things. We are all connected. Humans are all connected too. Our souls all branch from one cosmic origin. We are all connected. We are all connected to the earth. We are all connected to each other. So it's all about coming out of hermit mode and understanding to trust and to open up to being a part of a collective and not just an individual, if that makes sense. The things I am so excited to do tonight is to make moon water. It has been a minute. I want to do a burning bowl ceremony with a moon water ceremony. So pretty much I like to set intentions over my moon water. You can use any jar you want. Like I said, in last month's Goddess Provisions, they gave us this little like full moon kit, and it has a little purple bottle with a little stopper. And you just fill purified water in it. You put it out in the moon, you say your affirmations over it, maybe give it a little Reiki like I do everything else. And then the hardest part for me, and again, nothing's perfect, but the hardest part for me is getting up before the sun comes out so that your moon water is not ruined, because it's not supposed to touch sunlight, and then keeping it in a dark cupboard until you're going to use it. Sometimes I like to leave it under, I'll make two. I'll make one, I'll leave it out there for a while, and then if I make a bath, because full moons are all about cleansing, so baths are like a must for me, I will bring my favorite crystals in, my journal, my tarot, and I will pull for myself. I will journal. I will do a meditation in the bath, fully see that energy coming off me that is no longer serving me. These are just all things I like to do, but again, you can do whatever it is you want. Now, this isn't necessarily something I think people do on full moons, but it's something that I like to do very periodically, is write down things that are no longer serving me. I'll write them on I like to do it on leaves because I think it's better than burning paper. I pick up leaves in the fall and I will kind of keep them in my little cauldron just to have, and then I will write on them and burn those. So I write things that no longer serve me. And as I burn them, I verbally say what I'm releasing and that it no longer stays with me and it no longer suffers with me. Or not suffers, that sounds aggressive, but it no longer plagues me or stays within me, and I'm only keeping what is love, what is light, what is good for me, and the highest good of all. So this is just a couple of things that I like to do. I remember in the beginning, I thought there were so many rules, and I was like searching YouTube like crazy to be like, how does one full moon? How do you full moon? How do you not full moon? What are you supposed to do? What are you not? And truly at the end of the day, I also find full moons a beautiful time to connect with your guides, whether it be through journaling, they will come through, whether it be through meditation, through pulling some tarot cards for yourself, some oracle cards. There is no wrong way to do this, so I hope you have the most fun tonight. Happy full moon. It's going to be beautiful. Remember, set yourself up for the next cycle, and thank you so much for being here.